Hi second graders, today we're going to be working with our what's it worth activity. So when we're doing this, we're looking at different types of measurement and how different shapes can create a different amount of area depending on what we're measuring with. Pretty similar to how we were using inches and feet, and we're seeing how some were larger than others. So 36 inches would be 3 feet. So one number seems smaller, but we know that our measurement is bigger. So I want to go ahead and get started and show you how to do this with some pattern blocks. If you're at home, no worries, you don't need pattern blocks, but I will ask that you get a blue crayon and a red crayon. So here I'm working with my what's it worth activity. So I have pattern blocks at home, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how we would do this in class. So I have these pattern blocks, and I'm trying to find how different areas of unit create different areas. So I have a triangle that fits in right here, and then I have a rhombus that fits in right here. If you're doing this at home, go ahead and color those in with a crown. So the triangle is green and our rhombus is blue. So I'm going to start by looking at what a rhombus is compared to a triangle. So I have a rhombus here, and if I put two triangles on, I'm able to create that rhombus out of the pattern block triangles. So I'm going to look at my star here. I'm going to begin with that, and I'm going to put a triangle down. And for every triangle that I put down, I'm going to make a tally here, so I know just how many triangles I'm using. So if I put another triangle down, I'm going to put another tally here. If I put a third triangle down, I'm going to put another tally here. If I put this fourth triangle on, I would put another tally here. If I put a fifth triangle on, I would put another tally. And you'll just want to keep doing that until you fill up the entire shape. If you're doing this from home, you can feel free to color them in for each one that you do, and then create that tally after you've colored in the shape. Now for my rhombuses, these shapes are a little bit bigger. We saw that one rhombus was equal to 2 of the triangles that we were using. So I'm going to try filling my shape with rhombuses. I have 1, make my tally. 2, make my tally. 3, make my tally. 4, make my tally. 5, make my tally, and finally 6, and I'll make my tally here. So if we're doing it that's at home, we probably don't have pattern blocks, so you would do the same thing. You would just color in a rhombus. So I want to go ahead and show you what that looks like. So if I were to redo this and I were to start over at home, I would color in this first rhombus shape. You want to make sure that you're not just coloring 2 triangles in, because that's not the shape of a rhombus. We want to actually be coloring 2 rhombuses in. So once I've colored my first one in, tally. Go ahead and color my second one in, tally. Go ahead and color my third one in, tally. My fourth one in, tally. My fifth one in, tally, and my sixth one. And I'll tally there. So you can see that even if we aren't using the pattern blocks at home, we can still find that same answer. I didn't fill it up all the way, but if we're doing our triangles, our total number of tallies would be 12. So we can see how one triangle is 1/2, so only 1 out of 2 parts of a rhombus. So we saw how we put the 2 triangles together and we were able to make 1 rhombus. So our triangle area would be 12. As I said, I didn't finish that with you guys, but if I were to have finished it with you, that's what we would have found. And then my rhombus area is 6. So we can see how that stays the same, how the rhombus has 2 and the triangle, or the rhombus takes 2 triangles, so it doesn't take as much area up. So go ahead, you'll want to choose just one of these if you're doing at home and coloring, because you won't be able to fill all of our spaces in, and we won't be able to recolor over those. But go ahead and pick one of the 2 of these and do the same for this caterpillar and this flower.